In this video, I'm going to be covering the best businesses that you can start as a South African in 2024, starting with almost no money, no experience, and no matter what age you are. This is going to give you a pretty good guideline of what business models are working right now, as well as whether this suits your personality type. The way that I'm going to go through it is, number one, I'm going to cover the business model specifically, explain a bit more about the business model. Then number two, I'm going to talk about who this business model is specifically suited for. Is it your personality type? What personality types are best suited for this role? And then the third thing I'm going to cover is how AI and different tools can go into making this business model actually applicable to you and make it a little bit easier. So hopefully by the end of this video, you have a pretty good idea of what business model you can go ahead and build, and also whether it is actually suitable for you. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with business model number one, which is high ticket sales. Now, what this actually means, and I've covered this in a few other videos, but what this actually means is you're essentially coming in as a salesperson for other people's goods and services, and they are usually expensively priced. So what you're going to come in and do is you don't necessarily come up with the concept yourself, which is a great benefit. You're just coming in, you're taking someone's existing working model, their existing working service or product, and you're essentially just selling it for them. The deal being that you close these sales, so you'll bring it to, for example, someone who's looking for a course for $4,000, you sell it to them and then you get a commission. Usually the commissions can go as high as 50%. So imagine that you sell this course to someone else for 50% commission and the price tag is $4,000. You immediately pocket $2,000 on one sale, which is the equivalent of around 50,000 Rand. That is easy money in your pocket every single month if you can just guarantee at least one sale. There's tons and tons of people doing this as well. Now, who it's most suitable for is anyone who's naturally good at sales and anyone that is naturally a little bit more of a people person. If you're good at talking, if you're confident, if you have that characteristic trait, then this is the best thing for you. And this is suitable for any age and you do not need experience. All you need to do is be able to learn a little bit about sales, which is not difficult at all. There's tons of videos on YouTube. And the only thing that you need to come in and do is provide value. Now, the best tools and the best places to actually find these positions and actually find clients for this business model is I would recommend approaching people that are building a personal brand, especially in the financial or the business niche. There's tons of people that are offering dropshipping courses or agency courses, etc., etc. And most of the time, they just need someone to come in, work for free, so there's no risk to you or them, and you take a commission strictly. That means that they will 100% be able to work with you and they will be willing as long as you have a good close, and then you're guaranteeing yourself a lot of money every single month. So that is number one. Now moving on to business model number two is actually a digital product store. So as opposed to drop shipping or coming up with a visible, tangible product, you can actually come up with a digital product. There's tons and tons of people that do this, and this is best suitable for someone who is a little bit more shy, someone who is just really good at building things or design. Usually this is the best kind of approach for you. And the reason being is that tons of people are selling courses, tons of people are selling digital products that help them make their life easier. So whether your interest is actually in cooking, then maybe you can sell pre-built recipe templates that they can repackage and they can sell to their own customers. Or what a lot of people do is they use, for example, Notion or Canva, and they will build pre-built templates that people can go in and edit that are high quality in either the email niche or the social media niche. And these are product posts that people can actually go and do. And once you build out these templates, you can actually sell them for a low price tag or even a high price tag, depending on your offer. And this is an evergreen sale. It means that once you build it out, it actually acts as an active income or passive income form, because you don't have to continuously work on this product to make sales. Same way that if you built out a t-shirt brand, you constantly sell out the t-shirts, etc., etc. It works the same way. You're just building out a digital product that people can buy, and that is passive income for you. Now, I would recommend using canva.com and using notion.com. And then the best place to actually sell these templates and these things is on Gumroad. There's tons of other places that you can actually do this, but Gumroad I recommend. And then the best place to find clients and get people to actually get this product from you is to, first of all, do personal branding around the specific niche. So if you're doing graphic design and you're offering these graphic design templates on Canva, what you can do is you can position yourself as an authority figure in this niche, giving some graphic design tips and tricks and posting videos similar to this, but in the graphic design niche. And then you funnel them into that product store. The other thing that you could be doing, and another place that you could find a lot of people, is if you go into Facebook groups around that specific niche. Again, let's use graphic design as the idea. Then you can go and find people on Twitter that are specifically looking for designs or working with clients, especially agencies will use this a lot. And then you can go into Facebook groups, for example, Canva experts on Facebook groups, and you can go and put these templates in there and tell them, hey, for 24 hours only, there's free access to these 3 pre-built templates. You get completely free, and from then on you can pay for if you want additional. So that is the best way, and again, it's suitable for anyone. You don't need to pay for anything. All of these tools are free, and I would even recommend using ChatGPT to your advantage to come up with different designs that you could do. So with that being said, let's move on to number 3. Now, the third business that you can actually start in 2024, which is my personal favorite and how I have managed to make $100,000 by the time that I was 20 as a South African, all completely online, was with a service-based business. Now, this is arguably the easiest business to start because you don't need any money. You need very little skills to begin with. And all you need to do is you need to take a skill and you offer it as a service. That's it. And the reason why this is so powerful is because you can do it on a monthly basis, which means that you're guaranteed monthly revenue over and over and over again. So what you can actually offer is either social media services like social media management, or you can offer advertising skills, so running people's ads for them for ROI, or you could do email marketing, you could do YouTube ads, you could do logo design, whatever it is. You can be a creative agency, you can be a service-based agency, whatever it is, you can start almost immediately with no down payment. All you need is some particular service that you can then turn into a business model. Now, I teach this as well in a completely free community down below. There's a link in the description, but it is the easiest model to get into. You don't need experience. It doesn't matter how old you are. And this is how I started making money when I was only 20 years old, and arguably when I was 17 as well. So with this, you essentially don't need to have any sales skills. It will definitely help you. But the person who is best suited for this is someone who is creative, someone who wants to be a little bit more introverted and they don't necessarily care for that office aspect where you want to be surrounded by people, because it can get very lonely. But even so, if you have good social skills, this will benefit you a lot. Now, the other person that it's suitable for is someone who's a go-getter, someone who doesn't want to sit behind a desk their whole lives, someone who doesn't want to answer to people all the time. This is so ideal for you because you are creating your own work dynamic, you're creating your own timing on when you want to work, and you're also attracting the people that you want to attract as clients. So you make all the choices. This is ideal for you. But again, you don't necessarily need anyone or any skills to begin with. So the best tools that you could use to get started right now is similar to what I've mentioned before. However, with this one, number 1, pick a skill, find who you offer to, and offer it to them. That is the first step in this business model. The second step is actually using tools and figure out how you can benefit what you're offering. So if you're offering graphic design, find the tools around that. There's tons and tons of free tools that you can use to begin with. And remember, you don't necessarily have to know the skill yet. You just need to build a portfolio, you need to learn it, which will take about 2 hours of YouTube watching later, and you will have it down. So use the skill, monetize it, and then offer it as a service, and you've got your service-based business. Now, to find clients in this industry, it is so easy. There's tons and tons of different ways you can go about it. You can rely on organic, which I wouldn't personally focus on in the beginning, but you can do a ton of cold outreach. Again, I actually teach this for free, A to Z. I even give you my exact scripts. So if you want to kind of speed run the process instead of going through all the trial and error that I did, I tell you exactly where to find clients, I tell you how to find them, and I tell you exactly how to get them on board with you without any questions asked. So go down below and then learn a little bit more. Without further ado, I'll move to the next. Now, the fourth business model that you can make money from that is arguably one of the most popular ones is dropshipping or a product-based store. Now, this is a little bit difficult because sometimes you do need to have money to begin with, but it is not absolutely necessary that you have tons of money poured into this. So many people still make money from dropshipping, and remember, all of these business models work. It's just dependent on what kind of person you are and whether you're willing to make it work. So dropshipping for me just never worked out, but I think it could have if I just never strayed to the next possible thing. I think it is a really great business model, and again, this is suitable for anyone. You don't need existing skills. All you need to figure out is do a little bit of YouTube searching on how to set up a good converting websites and figure out a product that you can actually sell. The best way to find a winning product for yourself and figuring out what you actually want to offer is generally laid within your interests. Focus on your interests because you know yourself or what you struggle with, what pain points you have in your life. If you're interested in fitness, maybe there's a specific product you wish you had more accessibility to. If it is a piece of clothing, you know what clothing you like personally. So take those ideas, take the pain points that you experience in your life and turn that into a product-based business. Now, the best places that you can actually do this, and I'm not the most educated person, but you can go onto AliExpress and you can actually fulfill and find products over there without needing to buy stock of those products, and you can offer it as a service or as a product to people, and all you need is traffic. You need to find people who actually want that product, and you go from there. Now, the person that this is most suitable for, this is the most broad audience that it's actually suitable for. It's pretty much suitable for anyone. I would admit though, I think you need a very persevering personality, because it's not going to work the first time, it's not going to work the second time, and it might not even work the third time. So you need to be perseverant. You need to be sure that this is the direction you want to go in. And you also need to be able to stick with what you choose. This is the personality archetype that will 100% succeed with dropshipping. So I recommend that you do a little bit more research, go find some products, test it out a little bit and see if you can see success with this. But let's move on to the next. The fifth business model, which is arguably becoming the most popular, is a coaching-based business. Now, this is simple because you can turn any skill into a monetized course, and this is what a lot of people are doing nowadays. The info product industry is turning into a massive $1 trillion industry day by day. And the reason for this is because there's so many people that are looking at videos exactly like this, where they want to turn their skill into money, or they want to turn their passion into a job. So the way that people are doing that is they're teaching it as well. And that is the exact position that you can go into as well. Now, the best people that this is for is anyone who has a particular interest in something, or anyone that's passionate about something very particular, and you can actually teach it. That's the thing. You need to be able to teach. You need to be able to be simple, instructive, and patient as well, because it is a grueling process to set it up. But it is essentially a business model where you, for example, if you have a particular interest in personal training, you could actually build an entire course from A to Z on how to get started with your fitness journey, what meals to eat, etc., etc. You can build this out entirely, and then people will pay to get access to it. Now, it is a difficult process just setting it up and then also getting an audience that's actually interested. But setting up a coaching business, you can coach and teach anything. You can teach English online. You can build a course that is centered around cooking. You can build a course that's centered around gardening. You can build it around teaching a service-based business. So all of that, this video alone could be turned into a course. You can monetize anything, and teaching, if teaching is a natural inclination for you and you have a particular passion or an interest or knowledge about something, you can monetize that and offer it as a course to people. And this is the education business model that is going so viral at the moment. So that is something I would recommend, especially starting from scratch. It's the easiest one to begin with, but you just need to be very aggressive with acquiring people that are actually interested in what you're offering. The best way to do it is using social media to your advantage. Organic traffic always works really, really well. And you can also go into groups of people, like I said earlier. Alternatively, you can either gather email addresses or, depending on who you're targeting, you could do a ton of aggressive outreach and you can get these people interested in that course as well. So let's move to the next. The last and the best business to start for anyone that's starting from scratch is freelancing business. Now, this is very broad. And again, I do teach this down below for completely free, where most people offer courses that are paid and expensive. I teach it for free from A to Z, And it is essentially covering exactly how you can turn your skill into a monetized passion. So this doesn't necessarily have to be anything particular. If you just have a good interest at something but you don't want to teach it, you can actually turn it into a service offering or some kind of monetization for other people. And I do cover this in detail, but to put it simply, you can find a way to manage social media for clients. You can find a way to offer online training for people in the business industry, or maybe personal training for people around the gyms in your area. And you can do this all remotely. You don't necessarily have to have a place of work for this. But the best way to go about this is actually creating a business out of a skill that you already have. You don't necessarily have to teach it. You don't necessarily have to be very good at it either. All you're doing is you're freelancing for people that are looking for you to come in, or outsiders to come in and do these services for them. And trust me, there's a massive market for it. And that is pretty much the compilation of everything. And who this is suitable for, again, if you just don't want an ordinary job, if you are very passionate about something, this is so suitable for you. And quite frankly, this business model suits anyone. Because if you are a graphic designer, this suits you. If you are someone who's a little bit more outgoing, there's sales positions for you in this freelancing business. So with that being said, that compiles everything that I can speak on in terms of what business models are the best to start in South Africa in 2024. Hopefully it was valuable. And if you have any questions about what I mentioned below, leave a comment and I'll be sure to answer to it. But with that being said, enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you in the next one.